let's get to our final guest of the day. He had a massive win on Saturday as well, back in Miami, a highly anticipated fight, and what a performance. It was never even really close. It was the type of performance that he needed to come back to, and he did just that. A massive, massive win for El Pantera, who has fought them all and beat the vast majority of them as well. He beats the UFC debutant Patricio Pitbull via very convincing unanimous decision. He's kind enough to join us right now from, I do believe, back in Miami. There he is. Hello, Yair. How are you? I heard you had an exciting day today with the family, yes?
Yes, sir. We had an awesome day today, and we were out fishing. And I'm just here, with my family, having a moment, with them before they leave. They have to leave to the airport. I'm here at the restaurant called Maiz y Agave in Miami.
Okay, well, I really appreciate it. We're not going to keep you too long because I want you to be with your family. I do want to know, did you catch any big fish?
We did. We did catch some big fish and some small. The small we return them. And we weren't able to keep any because, obviously my family's leaving, and the meat goes to the fishermen, the owners of the boat, and they're gonna feed their families with that. That's what they told us.
Amazing, amazing. Well done. In the aftermath of the fight, a lot of people were saying Pitbull, the UFC jitters, the lights, all this stuff. I don't think that's fair to you, Yair. This guy has been around for a long time. He's in his late 30s. I don't think the UFC jitters would affect him like a rookie coming into the UFC at 25, 26. I think you were the problem. I think you were the reason why, he wasn't able to look maybe like the old Pitbull. Do you understand what I'm saying, and do you agree with that?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but can you remind me how old is Volkanovski?
Volkanovski is 36.
And Pitbull?
I think 37.
Okay, so there you have
Same.
it. Alexander Volkanovski, 36. Pitbull, 37. It's people will always have something to say about somebody else's performance, right? Oh, he's too old, or he was too young. He has too much experience, or he has no experience. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Pitbull is a great opponent. Was a great opponent for me, for my comeback. Honestly, the UFC were really pushing for this fight. One of the most or the most condecorated Bellator featherweight champion of all times, in Bellator, and the guy is legit. It's really good, really experienced. And I wasn't able to do any mistakes on that fight, because I knew he was going to take advantage of it, and I was able to come out with a clean win on Saturday.
I saw you say afterwards that you were really expecting a first round stoppage. But I have to imagine, despite not getting it, you're very happy with your performance, right?
Yes, sir. I'm really happy with the performance. I worked really hard for this one. And more than anything, more than the performance, because it was obviously a team job with my coaches and partners and stuff. I feel proud of myself, because I was able to overcome all the, negative behind it, many people thinking, I don't know, that I'm not good enough or whatever, I was leaving everything aside and being able to clear my mind, clear my body, and being able to just fucking go in there and do my thing.
Where was your confidence at behind the scenes going into this fight? Because it had been 2 fights in a row that you lost. Your last one was in 2023. Were you ever doubting yourself?
No, sir. No, not even once. No. As always, intrusive thoughts, they try to come into my head, but I really attack them right away with 10 positive thoughts. On the past fights, I wasn't really preparing myself as I supposed to for a fight or for a title fight or whatever. I was only doing 10 weeks, of training. Now I've been doing months. I stopped drinking. I stopped doing bullshitting around. Now I'm completely back focused on what are the things that I have to do, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna become the champion again this year.
Because of those changes that you've made, do you look back on your performances and have regret? I wish I would have taken it more seriously. I wish I didn't drink, etc.
Yes, exactly. I think I wasn't just doing enough, and thinking that because I'm talented and whatsoever, and just believing probably too much in myself, I was going to be able to just beat them, and it wasn't that way. But now I'm not only doing everything I can with my training, but also helping my body with the right supplementation, the right diet, and the right sleep, mentalization, visualization, meditation, praying, everything as is supposed to be.
Do you think now fighting Pitbull, do you think he can be a top contender at 145 in the UFC?
I think he has great chances. You know, I think he has great chances. That's what I told him after the fight. Hey, man, like you're a warrior. I think you have a bright future here in the UFC. Just keep it up, man. You know, God bless, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a great time on this company. Yes.
Okay, were you hoping that Diego won the main event because of the history there and because you have never fought him before? Were you hoping that that was going to be the outcome?
Honestly, I didn't care that much. You know, if I'm honest with you, for me, it doesn't matter. You know, I understand that in this game, we will have like more than anything time to face each other at some point in our careers for the championship or not or whatever, you know. But all my mind right now is obviously in what is more important is fighting for that belt against Volkanovski, and that's everything that is in my head right now.
Were you expecting Volkanovski to win?
I never put any thought behind anything, you know.
Okay.
Like I wasn't like nothing, you know. When I was watching the fight, as I'm like closer to Volkanovski than I'm with Diego, I was like happy and excited to see Volkanovski get an incredible performance over Diego, and I was just like really happy to see that guy doing his thing in there, as only he knows how to do it in the best way possible.
Were you impressed by how he looked out there?
No, like I'm not impressed of how he look. He's like fucking one of the greatest of all time. You know, I expected that.
So afterwards, you said that you wanted to fight for the belt. You wanted to fight in Guadalajara. Here we are 2 days later. How confident are you that you will get that title shot in September?
I don't know if it's gonna be in September or before or after that. But Volkanovski, he said he wants to do it. You know, he's looking for the fight. He's not saying no to the fight. He said if the UFC wants to make it happen, I won't be the guy holding back. So I think that's the fight to make. You know, so let's make it happen. And I'm completely sure that if Volkanovski decides to take the fight and the UFC wants to make it happen, I'll become the champion 2025.
Just curious, obviously you know about Movsar and the streak that he's on. What do you say to someone who says he's won 9 in a row, he should get a crack at the belt first?
Man, I don't know. You know, the only thing that I can tell you is that a fight against Volkanovski makes sense for me. I don't want to talk about like Movsar or whatever. He's an incredible fighter. He's a dangerous opponent, and he's coming from a win streak, you know. Now, what I hear from the UFC, you only have to come from a win. You know, and Volkanovski and I had a background fighting, you know, for the belt. I wasn't able to come with a win, but this time I'm pretty sure I will be able to come with a win.
You know, the incident, or if you want to call it an incident, the shouting match between you and Diego on Thursday only really made people want to see that fight more. You know how that works, right? You see two fighters going toe to toe. And so how will you react if they come to you and say, look, you guys did such a great job of getting people to talk about you two fighting each other, even though you weren't fighting each other, and it seems very personal. We want to make this fight for Mexico. How would you react if they come to you with that?
I mean, all of that started obviously because he wanted to like point it that I was coming from a loss, and I'll repeat that to him. Now he's the one coming from a loss. He needs to earn his opportunity to fight for the title or for whoever contention, and you know. I'm now the one coming from a win, and I deserve a title shot.
Hey there, sorry to interrupt. Just want to remind you, if you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button. We would appreciate it very much. And while you're at it, give us a thumbs up too. You know, we've got live shows, interviews, clips, and a whole lot more going on this here channel. All right, now back to the show. That's fair. You have said that you don't want to really go into the history. You've talked about your teammate Marco Beltran. When do you think you will tell us about like where the issue between you and Diego stems? Because we don't really see you this fired up usually.
No, I mean I don't have to talk about any of that because it's not my job to talk about that. You know, I was just fired up in the moment because he was like bringing up that I was coming from a loss, when I always have to stay respectful to him. And even in the past, when I saw him in the past, it was like, you know, like even we took a picture together, whatever, I'm cool with you, you know, but I won't stand at disrespect like that, you know. And I was thinking, whenever the time comes to fight Diego, I'll take care of that inside of the octagon as I supposed to for my friend Marco Beltran. I told Marco, don't worry about it. I'll fucking take care of that. I promise you, I'll fucking beat him for you, man. I fucking promise you. but in the right way, how it's supposed to be, right? And I think the right person to talk about that, if you want to ever talk to him, is Marco Beltran. I'm pretty sure he will give you all the details that you want to know about it. That's not my job.
That's fair. I respect that. I'm just curious, did you hear from Marco after the press conference?
Yeah, man. So he lives in Spain, and he was like, "Hey, man, what the fuck's going on?" He was texting me like, "What the fuck's going on?" And then he was posting, "Hey, people, just give me a break." I'm like waking up here. Let me drink my coffee, my morning coffee, and then I'll like start like telling you guys what happened.
Wow, incredible. It was intense only because we don't usually see you that upset. You know what I mean? That's really what stood out. You're usually very calm.
I am, but like also I won't stand like a disrespect like that, And I was actually like ready to play it cool, and then he started like saying that like, oh, he's going from like losses and like trying to make the interviewer, whomever it was, like to say, just say it, Why are you like being like that? It's okay, Yeah, I was coming from 2 losses. Now I'm coming from a win, and I'm ready to fight for the title.
In the aftermath, were you able to calm down? Because obviously you had a job, you had to cut weight, then fight. Pitbull, were you calm after, or did it take some time?
No, I'm able to like completely separate everything right away. I don't let my emotions overtake for like long periods of time. If I have to explore, I explore. I let my emotions out, and then I go back to where I have to be. I stay calm and collected. And even though people around me were like talking about it and asking me what happened or whatever, I always had the focus on Pitbull for Saturday.
Okay, I loved what you wore on fight night. How did that come about? The sort of Miami Scarface attire.
Scarface is just I don't know how to say it. It's like a really really Miami thing. And like we were like I was talking to Gabby, a member of the US. She was like, I wish like somebody brings like a really Miami vibes to this event. And I was like, don't worry about it. I got you. I'll do something cool. You'll see. And then I put myself on a task of doing the whole dress of Scarface, and I think it came out like really really good, really sleek.
Yes. No, it was amazing. You looked tremendous. It was a great look for you. Can I ask you what you thought of John Silva, who fought earlier in the night? I think the fight right before yours in your weight class, he had the win over Bryce Mitchell. What did you think of his performance?
I think he always looks great. He's one of those guys that is like he brings many things to the table. He's a dangerous opponent. I think he looked great.
He said, by the way, that he wants to. Go ahead.
Yeah, I wasn't able to watch the fight completely because I was like right before that I was like warming up, so I wasn't focused on watching the fight or whatever. I was just getting ready to fight myself. So.
I understand. He told us earlier in the day that he wants to fight for the belt next. Everyone does.
Well, yeah, of course, everyone does. That's what I'm looking for right now, and that's what everybody was like looking for. Let's see what the UFC wants to make happen. And also like Volkanovski, Volkanovski was talking like a couple of days ago. I think in the after fight interviews, he was saying that he wouldn't mind like fighting me. Now it's just a matter of the UFC if that they want to make that happen. Volkanovski, I'm pretty sure he will take the fight, which I respect a lot from him. And Volkanovski is one of those guys that is like it's a legend, and I know he will like roll with it.
And before I let you go, just fighting, at sea level and not somewhere like Mexico or Utah, could you notice a major difference in the way you felt in the fight?
That this was like a gift for me, because I'm always fighting in places like I already say, like Utah, Mexico City, or like higher elevation places, Denver. And the preparation is completely different for all of those places. Fighting sea level, especially in a place like Miami, where like it's a huge Latino community, and everybody's just like hugging you. Everybody speaks Spanish. It just made me feel like home. So I was super happy.
You look like you were at home. You looked fantastic in the fight. Congratulations. Enjoy your time with your family. Yair, thank you for giving us some time. We really appreciate it, and looking forward to what's next for you.
The belt is next. Thank you so much, brother.
Can't wait. All right, there he is. Yair Rodriguez, El Pantera, joining us. And, I have to say, just as an aside, John Silva joining us with his family in the car. Dominic Reyes clearly out to lunch or brunch or something with I think that was his wife next to him. Yair's family's leaving. I think he said later tonight he's out to lunch. He went to go fish with them earlier. Like, the fact that these guys, honestly, the fact that these guys didn't tell me to take a hike and didn't say I'm busy or that this is family day, that's why I wanted to keep these short, because I could read the situation. You're not going to keep someone there for 45 minutes when they're at a restaurant. It really does mean the world. And I know they're coming on my show, but I hope the audience appreciates this as well. I know the team appreciates it. They could have easily said no. Honestly, none of them even told me that they were going to be out and about during the interview. Oh, this time's better than that time. Yeah, that's all well and good, but that really does mean a lot. And I don't take it for granted. Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up, leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.